the day she couldn't see her grandson's smile. Opening, the moment that broke her heart. Picture this, it's a quiet Sunday afternoon, and you're sitting on your porch swing, the one you've rocked on for years, watching your grandson chase fireflies in the yard. His giggle fills the air, but when he turns to flash you that toothy grin, it's just a blur. Your heart sinks. You squint, blink, rub your eyes, but his face stays fuzzy, like a photo left out in the rain. That's when it hits you. The world you love is slipping away, and no one told you how to stop it. Not your doctor, not the TV ads pushing fancy vitamins, not even the folks at the grocery store. But what if the answer was right there in your kitchen, in a jar of seeds you've passed by 100 times? I'm Dr. Thomas, an eye doctor with 30 years of experience, and I've seen this heartbreak up close. Seniors like you, the amazing folks watching living fully after 50, terrified of losing the moments that make life worth living. The morning coffee with your spouse, the crossword puzzle you tackle every Sunday, the way your grandkids' eyes light up when you read them a story. Today, I'm not here to bore you with medical mumbo-jumbo or sell you some overpriced pill. I'm here to tell you about Sarah Thompson, a 76-year-old grandma who thought she was going blind until she discovered 7 tiny seeds that brought her world back into focus. Her story is raw, real, and full of hope, and it's for you, because you deserve to see every smile, every sunset, and every page of your life's next chapter. Let's walk through her journey together. Sarah's story, a world slipping away. 8 years ago, Sarah Thompson shuffled into my Boston clinic, her hands clutching a dog-eared copy of Little Women. At 76, she was a retired nurse with a warm laugh and a knack for knitting colorful scarves for her grandkids. But that day, her laugh was gone, replaced by a tremble in her voice. "Dr. Thomas," she said, barely meeting my eyes, "I can't see Ethan's face anymore. My grandson, he's just a shadow now." Her hands shook as she described how the world was fading. The words in her book blurred into smudges. Her garden's roses lost their vibrant red. And worst of all, she couldn't make out the joy on her grandkids' faces during story time. "I'm scared I'm losing them," she whispered, tears spilling over. "I'm losing me? I've been an ophthalmologist for 3 decades, and I've heard this story too many times. Age-related macular degeneration, AMD, hits over 10 million Americans, mostly folks over 60, and it's the top cause of vision loss. Glaucoma, cataracts, and diabetic retinopathy are right behind, each stealing a piece of the independence you've earned." Sarah's tests confirmed early AMD. Yellow drusen deposits were forming under her retina, thinning the macula, the part of the eye that gives you sharp, central vision. Her intraocular pressure was also creeping up, hinting at early glaucoma risk. I prescribed the standard antioxidant supplements and UV protective sunglasses, but Sarah's question cut deep. "Dr. Thomas, isn't there something I can do? Something I can control, something real?" That question sent me back to my roots. 30 years of studying the eye, from medical school to late nights in research labs. I pored over journals, digging into studies I'd overlooked in my rush to prescribe pills. What I found floored me. The most powerful tool for Sarah's eyes wasn't in a pharmacy or a surgical suite. It was in seeds, tiny, everyday seeds packed with nutrients the medical world rarely talks about. Sarah and I started an experiment that would change her life, and I'm sharing it with you because you deserve to know there's hope. The silent thief you never saw coming. Let's get real about what's happening to your eyes. Your retina, that thin layer at the back of your eye, is like the film in an old camera, capturing the moments you cherish: your grandkids' first bike ride, the recipe card in your mom's handwriting, the way the light hits the lake at dusk. The macula, a tiny spot in the center, handles the sharp details you need to read, drive, or thread a needle. But as we age, the hits pile up: free radicals from stress and diet, inflammation from processed foods, sluggish blood flow, and nutrient gaps. The macula thins, blood vessels stiffen, and suddenly, the world you love starts to blur. Seniors like you feel this hardest. Over 90% lose vision slowly each year, often without knowing why. It's not just getting old, it's missing zinc, vitamin E, omega-3s, and antioxidants. It's inflammation quietly choking your retina's blood vessels. It's a silent thief, stealing your independence one blurry moment at a time. But here's the good news. Seeds, yes, seeds are nutritional superheroes. They are packed with everything your eyes need to fight back, and they are backed by science, not hype. As Helen Keller said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. These seeds are your vision, your chance to see clearly and live fully. The 7 seeds, Sarah's lifeline to clarity. Sarah's journey wasn't about one magic fix, it was about 7 seeds, each with a unique power to protect her eyes. I'll walk you through them, ranked from least to most effective, weaving in Sarah's story and others to show you how they work in real life. These aren't just seeds, they are your shield against the darkness. Seed number 7, pumpkin seeds, the zinc armor. Sarah's first warning sign was her night vision. She'd fumble in her dimly lit kitchen, her heart racing as she nearly knocked over a coffee mug. Dry eyes made her blink like she had grit in them, a constant irritation. These are classic signs of zinc deficiency, common in seniors. Zinc delivers vitamin A to the retina, where it's used to make melanin, a pigment that protects against light damage. A 2020 study in nutrients showed zinc deficiency slows visual processing and ramps up macular stress. Pumpkin seeds, with 7 milligrams of zinc per ounce, are a zinc powerhouse. They also pack vitamin E and lutein, which a 2018 trial with 1,000 seniors showed can slow AMD by 25%. I told Sarah to try 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seed butter in her morning oatmeal. "Seeds, Doc? You're pulling my leg," she said, a faint smile breaking through her worry. But she gave it a shot. 3 weeks later, she could navigate her kitchen without stumbling, and her eyes felt less like sandpaper. Another patient, Tom, a 70-year-old carpenter, added ground pumpkin seeds to his smoothies and saw less glare while driving at dusk. "It's like someone turned up the dimmer switch," he said, his voice full of wonder. How to use: eat raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, soaked overnight or lightly toasted, or use pumpkin seed butter, 2 tablespoons daily. Skip high heat roasting, it kills the nutrients. Seed number 6, fennel seeds, the soothing shield. Sarah's eyes often felt puffy and tired after meals, like they were swollen from the inside. This pointed to low-grade inflammation, likely from blood sugar spikes. Fennel seeds, those tiny specks you might have in your spice rack, are loaded with flavonoids and vitamin C, which protect the tiny blood vessels feeding your retina. A 2020 study in the Journal of Ocular Pharmacology and Therapeutics found fennel seed extract cut retinal damage by 30% in early glaucoma models and improved intraocular pressure. I suggested Sarah steep 1 teaspoon in hot water for a post-dinner tea. She loved the licorice-like taste and said it settled her stomach, too. Over time, her eye puffiness faded, and her tear production got better. Another patient, Ellen, a 68-year-old painter, used fennel tea to ease eye strain from long hours at her easel. "My eyes don't feel like they are on fire anymore," she said, her voice full of relief. How to use: steep 1 teaspoon in hot water for tea or chew raw seeds after meals. Small, daily doses reduce strain and boost circulation. The night that changed everything. 5 months into our experiment, Sarah called me in a panic, her voice shaking over the phone. "Dr. Thomas, it's worse," she sobbed. "I can't see the stitches in my knitting anymore." Her latest exam showed her macular drusen had grown, and her vision blurred more after meals. She'd nearly tripped over her grandson Ethan's toy truck, her hands grabbing the counter as her heart pounded. "Am I going blind?" she asked, the fear raw in her voice. I felt my stomach drop. Had I failed her? This was Sarah's darkest moment, a cliffhanger that could have broken her spirit. I realized her blood sugar and hydration issues were undermining our progress. We needed to hit harder, adding seeds that tackle these root causes head-on. As Nelson Mandela said, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." This was Sarah's chance to rise, and the next seeds were her lifeline. Seed number 5, sunflower seeds, the macula's defender. Sarah's lowest point came when she couldn't read to Ethan. "I saw his little face fall, Dr. Thomas," she said, tears streaming. "I felt like I was letting him down." Sunflower seeds, packed with vitamin E, selenium, zinc, and copper, shield the macula from oxidative stress. The AIRED study showed high vitamin E cuts AMD progression by 25% in high-risk patients. I told Sarah to snack on a handful of raw sunflower seeds daily. She started tossing them into her salads, and within a month, she could read Ethan's books without squinting. Another patient, Jim, a 72-year-old golfer, used sunflower seed butter in his smoothies and noticed sharper vision on the green. I can see the flag from the fairway now, he said, his eyes crinkling with a grin. How to use? Eat raw, unsalted sunflower seeds, 1 ounce daily, in salads, yogurt, or smoothies. Blend into seed butter for better absorption. Seed number 4, chia seeds, the blood sugar stabilizer. Sarah's blurry vision after meals screamed unstable blood sugar, a silent eye killer. Chia seeds, rich in omega-3 ALA, converted to DHA, vital for retinal photoreceptors, also stabilize blood sugar with soluble fiber. A study in investigative ophthalmology and visual science showed higher DHA intake cuts AMD risk by 38%. I recommended soaking 1 tablespoon of chia seeds overnight and adding them to yogurt. Sarah called it her eye pudding and loved the gel-like texture. Her post-meal blurriness faded, and she felt sharper. Another patient, Linda, a 67-year-old teacher, drank chia water and saw less light.